What is going on, everybody? How are we all doing? And welcome to what is today going to be a video just explaining a little bit about the current two major glitches in FIFA 16. That is, of course, the chemistry glitch and the fitness glitch. I did a squad builder yesterday on the channel around a team that you could use the fitness glitch around. And I had a few comments on the video itself. I had a few people message me on Twitter asking how it works, all that kind of stuff, and I know there's been a couple of videos out there by other YouTubers explaining it as well, but I thought because I've had people ask, I want to briefly talk about how the glitches work. I don't want to go into super depth, I want to try and keep this as simple as possible, and I also want to try and talk about, more than anything, the amazing, exciting opportunities that this glitch offers to anyone that plays Ultimate Team, because it really is, in my opinion, you can look at it as a negative thing, but I really personally think it could be a really exciting time to be playing FIFA Ultimate Team. If you do enjoy the video, lads, if you do find this useful, make sure to leave a big thumbs up on the video, and more importantly, for this kind of video, if you've got any questions at all if you watch to the end, you've still got questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below, or just at me on Twitter. It's at Nidge Players, exactly the same as the channel name, and I'll try and respond to anyone that tags me on there with any questions at all. But we're going to start off briefly talking about the fitness glitch, because that is the most simple out of the two, and it sort of encapsulates the same way that the chemistry glitch works as well in one regard. Now, the fitness glitch is basically a glitch that means any card outside of the day one releases is basically immune to fitness. Now, what a day one release card is, we're going to use for a lot of the first examples for the beginning of this video, we're going to use Sergio Aguero. This is Sergio Aguero's day one card. He's also got, we're going to have a quick look here, he's also got this 88 card, which is his upgrade card, which is not a day one card. A day one card is literally any card, as the name suggests, really simple, is a card that was initially in the game before launch, basically, when it was in the sort of early access stage. So you're looking at any original cards. They are the ones that are not immune to fitness. So this card here, this Sergio Aguero, this age 7 Aguero, if you used him in a game and it said before you went into the game he had 99 fitness, he would have 99 fitness in the game. If you went into a game with him and it said he had 30 fitness, he would have 30 fitness. Now, this is where the glitch comes into a positive light, because if you were using the 88 Aguero, so I'll show you quickly again, his 88 or his inform or any other version of Aguero, if you go into the game, no matter what it says his fitness is on his card, he will have 99 fitness in the game. Whether it says he's got 30, 50, 70, 20, he will always have 99 fitness in the game. So you do not need to use fitness cards on him. That is all the fitness glitches. Any card outside of the initial released cards, so day one cards, are immune to fitness. Really, really simple. Now, the chemistry glitch is exactly the same in the respect that every single card outside of the day one cards is immune basically to chemistry, is how I'm going to word it. Now, day one cards are still affected in a strange way with the chemistry. So again, we're looking at Aguero. Now, this goes for any day one card. We're just using Aguero for this example. You can see in the team here, we've only got to be in the front three to get him onto full chem. So we've got De Bruyne and Iheanacho linking with him. He is technically, right now, on perfect chemistry. He's on 10 chem. Now, if this Aguero here, this day one Aguero, was, let's just take this out of the equation for a second. Let's take out Kelechi Iheanacho. Now, he's currently still on 10 chem. Let's take out De Bruyne as well. Now, he's currently on 4 chem, and that is how this card would play. Now, an important thing to note is 6 chem is base chem. That is now a fact. That was confirmed by Nepenthes. That was in a video that came out today or yesterday, I believe. 6 chemistry is base chemistry. Now, what that means is this Aguero, his card stats, let me just move the microphone out so I can see it, apologies. 89 pace, 89 dribbling, 87 shooting, 77 passing, 68 physical and 23 defending. They are his base stats. If he is on between 6 and 10 chem, it doesn't matter, because he's a day one card. It does not matter what he's on, as long as it's over 6 or above, those are the stats that he will have. He can have the De Bruyne around him, he can have the Iheanacho around him, but even though he's on 10 chem, he will not receive a chemistry boost from the other players around him. However, if he goes below the 6 chem to 5 or 4 chem, it will impact the card stats in a negative way. He will lose stats because he's below the base chemistry line. Now, this is where it gets a bit difficult with the day one card. So let's just imagine again, let me get off the search transfer market, let's get back into the search my club. So if we had, let's just put De Bruyne here for a second, and Iheanacho. If we had these players in there again, so let's just pretend the rest of the squad is a BPL squad, ignore Cerner at right back for a second. If this card was surrounded by these players, he's on 10 chem, he's on perfect chemistry, without a chemistry style card on him, so a hunter card, a shadow card, anything you like, he will not receive the upgrades points, obviously, from being on 6 or higher chemistry. He just will not receive the upgrades. However, if you put a hunter card on him, he will receive the boost that that chemistry style gives to him. Now, I hope that's making sense. I'm trying not to overcomplicate it. It's really simple. So, if he's on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chem, that does not make any difference. He will play on the base card stats, the stats that his card says that he has. However, if he's on below that, so 5 or 4, he will get negative stats because he's below what is considered the base card level. But if you use a hunter card on him, that will increase his, I believe it's pace and shooting. That will have an impact on this day one card. He will increase in those particular areas. So we're looking at the Aguero again. His stats will increase by, with hunter card, I believe it's three upwards arrows on pace and 3 on shooting. So his pace and shooting will, in theory, because we don't really know what the arrows equate to, so imagining that it's 1 chevron equals 1 point. I think there's 3 on pace and 3 on shooting. This card, in theory, would go up to 92 pace and 90 shooting. Now, this is where it gets interesting because Aguero, let's just get him up in the concept squad. So Aguero has got an upgrade card, he's got a couple of informs, he's got a team of the season, etc, etc. So again, the camera's in the way. I really need to, the microphone, sorry, is in the way, so forgive me here. But Sergio Aguero concept squads. Now we're going to move the microphone back up here for a second. Again, forgive me for that. Aguero, you can see he's got his 88 upgrade card, he's got an 89 inform as well. Now, any cards, like I've already mentioned, outside of the day one cards are not affected by chemistry. They cannot receive chemistry boosts whatsoever. They will always play, even though it says if a player is out of position, they're on 4 chem, they will always, no matter what chemistry style you put on them, no matter what links you've got going into them, they will always be playing on 6 chemistry. Now, what that means is, this 88 Aguero, you can see, has barely got any upgrades over his original card, his 87 card. So in theory, if you bought the 87 Aguero, who's a lot cheaper than the 88 obviously, and then put a hunter card on him, he would play better in game than his 88 upgrade, because his 88 upgrade card, no matter what you've got around him, he's always going to be on 6 chem. His base card stats, he's always going to have the 89 pace, the 89 dribbling, the 88 shooting, the 78 passing, the 70 physical, and the 23 defending. However, if you put the hunter card or any card on the unupgraded Aguero, the original Aguero, his stats will increase on whatever area the chemistry style card affects, obviously. So in theory, you are better off buying a lower rated version of Aguero and putting him with a chemistry style, because it will make him play better than his 88 upgrade, and possibly even his 89 in form, which is where it gets kind of crazy. Now, the outside advantage, because we're going to switch to the 88 Aguero now, so hopefully you followed what I've said. Unupgraded cards, so any original cards at the start of FIFA, are only affected by chemistry if you use a chemistry style card on them, or it can be in a negative way if it's below 6 chemistry that the player's on. Now, because all the new cards in FIFA, and when I say new, I mean anything except for day one cards, aren't affected by chemistry. We'll use Cerner here now. We could put him here. We could put him at centre mid. We could put him at striker. He's always going to be on the 6 chemistry, which means players like Cerner, who are in perhaps undesirable leagues, Miguel Leon as well, can be played outside of position and in teams that they just shouldn't link up with, because they are still going to be getting the base chemistry. Now, the other side of this is Cerner, because he's a new card, this is a team of the season of course, but any of his informs as well aren't affected by fitness either. So in theory, you could build a team around certain players that, as long as they're not day one players, and you will never have to use fitness again, and you will never have to use chemistry again. Now, this gets interesting now, because upgraded cards are now, unless it's a big upgrade, like minor upgrade cards, like the Aguero, like Koscielny at centre-back, like Zuma, you may as well buy the unupgraded version and just stick a chemistry style on them, because the chemistry style upgrade points will make them a better card. The negative is that card will still require fitness and will still require the correct links around him. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change to a team I've called Glitch 2, I believe, and hopefully this can start to make more sense to you if it doesn't already now. This is a team, apart from Fernandinho, in fact including Fernandinho, but the front three have all got upgraded cards. Dybala, Aguero, Higuain have all got upgraded cards that are only marginal upgrades on paper, and these are the kind of players I was talking about. Just, you are better off buying these cards because they will perform better than the upgraded versions of themselves, which just, it sounds crazy, but it explains so much. It explains why when you use sometimes the first inform they don't feel as good because they haven't got the chemistry, of course. It explains why a player that's had a minor upgrade doesn't feel as good as his lower upgrade. So for me, 87 Aguero does feel better than 88 Aguero. Silver in Aki Williams plays better than gold in Aki Williams, and that's because when they've got the chemistry style boost on them, they will effectively be better statistically than their upgraded cards. Now, what this does also mean, it opens up a world of possibilities, because if we go to the Glitch 3 mixed team, as I've called it, you could have a team like this. So you've got unupgraded the Day 1 Koscielny, Day 1 Zuma, and Day 1 Laurie. All these players, in theory, are better if you put chemistry styles on them than their upgraded versions of themselves. But you've also got the likes of this Castro, this Jonas, this De Bruyne. No matter what players you put around them, they will always be on 6 chemistry. So in theory, you could play, if you wanted, you could put Jonas at left back. I don't know why you would, but you in theory could. So there is a way now, because at first, when I first saw this, I thought it might kill off squad building, but it does add another dimension into the fact that you could use unupgraded players mixed in with these random team of the season cards, and you can get double the reward, because you're getting players in there that you might not be able to fit into a team already, and you're also getting the boosted stats that you're not getting from an upgraded card. Now, you also, I haven't said this already, by the way, but legend cards also count as Day 1 cards, so they are affected by chemistry. If they drop below 6, you can boost their stats with the chemistry styles. However, they are also affected by fitness. And this now, how long have we been going on for? 12 minutes. Right, let's try and sum this up really quickly, because this is where it excites me. Final Glitch. This is what excites me the most. Now, this is a team that I've actually bought. You've got Gonalons at centre-back on 6 chem. He's an absolute monster, because you look at his stats, 72 pace, good defending, good physical, 6'2", medium height. He will play there a dream, because although it says on the screen that he's got 2 chemistry, and that's only because he's got a link. If we take away this Areola, actually, does he get 1 chem? No, he still gets 2 chem, but he's effectively, even though it says he's on 2 chem, he is playing at the base card stats. So he will have the 72 pace, he will have the 87 defending, and he will have the 86 physical. And you could have all these players in this team that I've built. You've got like a Jonas, Castro and De Bruyne front 3. They, in theory, like before this came around, the thought was that because they were on 4 chem, 2 chem and 4 chem, they were losing stats in the game, so they weren't playing well. Whereas in fact they're playing at base card level. So this team, in theory, is absolutely amazing, because you can play anyone you want in theory, but you're also not losing fitness either. So I could use this team from now till the end of FIFA, unless they fix the glitch, of course, and I'll never have to use a fitness card again. I don't have to worry about chemistry ever again, and it's just an absolutely incredible team. Obviously got the likes of Cerner at centre mid. Look at his stats, lads. Before, it was difficult to link him in at all, and now you're looking at a CDM, a box-to-box midfielder. That will be absolutely incredible for your team. Now the question is, particular players, when you're looking at someone like a first inform Aguero, like we've already mentioned, is it worth getting that first inform Aguero, knowing that although you won't have to use fitness on him, and although he can play anywhere because the chemistry doesn't affect him, technically his 87 regular card, his Day 1 card, can't be as good as him with the right chemistry style attached to him. And this is where it is completely up to you guys, really, because you could go out there and you could build a Day 1 team with chemistry styles on it, and it could play absolutely incredibly, because on paper, although it may not look as good as an upgraded team, as long as it's got all the links in and each player is on 6 or better with a chemistry style card on them, that team will perform better than the upgraded version of that team. Or if you've got the coins, you could do something like I've done here, where you're building an absolute god squad, and it doesn't matter about the fact that they're on 6 chem because they're base card. And even though, for example, De Bruyne's base card is significantly enough worse than his 91 card, that this card still plays better than the regular day 1 De Bruyne. I hope that makes sense to you. So 86 De Bruyne, even though he would benefit from the chemistry style that you could put on him, and this card wouldn't, because this card is significantly better than De Bruyne's day 1 card, you are better off using this card without any links in him whatsoever. So you could build a team, like I said, like this, basically a dream team for your personal stuff. Like, this is a dream team for me. The likes of De Bruyne, Jonas, Cerna. I never thought I'd be able to get them all into one squad before, and now I can, because they're all on base chem. They will all play absolutely like how they should play for you. So, in a nutshell, you could build a day 1, the best 2 ways to go about this are building a day 1 squad with chemistry styles on the players, and that team will play better than its upgraded team, like I've already mentioned. Or you could go out there and build a team like this and never have to worry about fitness again, never have to worry about the chemistry. You could literally, like I've already said, build a dream team. Now, that pretty much wraps up everything I wanted to cover. Hopefully, I haven't made it sound too complicated, because it is kind of complicated, but when you get to grips with it, the potential of the teams you could build and the way you could milk this glitch are like endless. It is absolutely incredible. Like I said at the start, lads, if you have got any questions, put them in the comment section down below. Hit me up on Twitter with the questions. I'll try and get back to anyone that asks. And that's going to end up the video. So like I say, if you found this useful, leave a big thumbs up on it. Hopefully you will see this glitch as such as an exciting opportunity like I do, and not as a negative thing, because you could also see it as the fact striker Ronaldo, for example, is now nowhere near as good as left-wing Ronaldo playing at striker, because of the chemistry boost you get from the chem style. So some people are going to be pissed off because they've gone out and bought striker Ronaldo, and they're going to lose a lot of coins on it. But like the likes of Cerna, El Shahrani, now you could just slot into any team, and to me that is just super, super exciting. But that's going to end the video, lads. Any questions, like I said, let me know. And yeah, I hope you all did enjoy this video. I will speak to you all in tomorrow's. Have a great night, lads. Nidge out.
Yo, he's Nidge, plays with big games and player reviews are getting insane. He entertains while he elevates, his video quality resonates. On career mode, he got lots of vids uploading off and he's rocking it. He's got the confidence in all his commentaries. Videos range, they often vary. Got need for speed and a road to glory. Just watching vids and you know the story. The content is underrated, I'm understating, so don't ignore the like and subscribe button to support the channel that keeps running. It takes 1 second, like it's free, it costs nothing. Peace.